everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you 4 different ways to make pom-poms. Now, pom-poms can be put on your hats, they can be put on scarves, or you can even, I've seen videos on making pom-pom rugs. So I'm going to show you 4 easy ways to make pom-poms. So let's get started. The first method I am going to show you is with this. All this is a block of wood with a hole drilled in on either side and then a wooden dowel glued into that. Now with this method, it allows you to make multiple pom-poms at one time. With this here, I can make 2 pom-poms at once, maybe 3 if I push it, but you can make this as long as you want and make as many as you want. So I'll show you how this works. So as you can see, I have the dowels there. I'm just going to pull out some scrap yarn, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the yarn on one dowel so that it's secure there. And then I'm just going to wrap the yarn around the dowel, just like this. Alright guys, once I have the yarn wrapped around several times, I just cut it from the skein and I wrap the tail on the inside. That way it doesn't start to unravel. The next thing I do is I take a piece of scrap yarn and I cut it in half, and then I just wrap it around and tie a knot right about there. I pull tight, but not too tight because I don't want to break the yarn. And then I just wrap it back under and do another knot underneath. And then back up in one more knot. Just like that. I like to tie multiple knots just to keep it secure. That way I know it's not going anywhere. Now with the other scrappy yarn, I'm going to do the same thing. Try to make it equal parts away. And then tie another knot. Just like that. So this is what it should look like. Now the next step is to detach your yarn from the dowels. So I just do one cut right in the center. That way it's equal parts away. Just like that. Then I take one off. I'll set this aside for now. And I go right in that hole where you see the loop. And I just cut down it. Making sure to cut every single loop. That looks good. I just take it from where the knotted part is. I hold it and I shake it to kind of fluff it out. And then I just take my scissors and trim up any long pieces and kind of shape it. This one wasn't too bad. Everything is pretty even. So there is one pom-pom. And then we'll come back over to this one, take it off the dowel, cut in the loops, grab it by the knotted middle, fluff it out, shape it up, fluff some more, and there are your two pom-poms. The next method I'm going to show you is with a jumbo pom-pom maker. I got this maker at my local craft store for about 10 bucks, and I'm also going to show you how to make a multicolor pom-pom at the same time. So let's open this up. It comes in two parts, just like so. You just put them together. You have two arches here, and then two arches down here. So to begin, you're going to keep open one side of the arches, and you're going to try to keep them as even as possible. So all you do is you just wrap your yarn around this arch. Just like that. I am all done with wrapping this arch, so I'm just going to close it and hear the click. I'm going to cut off from the skein. I'm going to grab my new color. Then I'm going to go to the bottom two arches and I'm going to push those up like that. And then I'm going to begin wrapping the yarn around this side now. I'm just going to cut it off from its skein. And then close until I hear a click. There we go. So the next step is to cut. So where you're going to cut is right in the center here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. You'll feel a little divot or guide where your scissors will fit right there. And so you just go along and cut. Just like that. And then the other side as well. Your last step with using this little device is to grab a strand of yarn And you're actually going to wrap it right in the center here, all the way around. And then you're going to tie it in a knot. I'm going to tie it in a knot very tightly. And that's just going to keep the pom-pom together. I'm going to tie a couple of knots because I made a very thick pom-pom. I want it to stay together. Alright, once you do that, it is time to reveal your pom-pom. So we're just going to carefully open the arches. That's one side. Flip it over and open the other side. And then you're going to fluff out your pom-pom. Any loose ends that don't want to be there can come out. And just fluff it out so you can see what needs to be trimmed and what doesn't. Like I have a long piece there. I really, really love using a pom-pom maker because there's a lot less trimming I would have to do to make them look even. But that is the finished pom-pom with the maker. Alright guys, the next method, we are just using our hands, yarn, and a pair of scissors. To do that, get your yarn, put it in your hand, just wrap it around your fingers. Alright guys, I think I wound the yarn up enough times that I'm just going to trim off. Then I'm going to cut a separate piece of yarn. And with that comes the tricky part. I'm going to put the yarn in between my middle finger and my ring finger, and I'm going to get it as close as I can to the center here. And then I'm going to slowly take the yarn off of my hand while wrapping the yarn around without unraveling your little handball there. Then I'm going to tie a knot and pull it and hope that it's in the center and pull it tight. Then I'm going to go backwards and tie another knot to keep it in its place. And I'm going to do that a few times around. I want a really good hold. Alright, so this is what it should look like. The next thing you're going to do is take your scissors and cut the loop. I will say with the hand motion one, there's going to be a lot more trimming involved. but just make sure you got all of the loops cut. And that's what it looks like so far. And then do the same on the other side. Now if your knot is not very tight in the center, you'll have pieces fall out. Some of these are going to come out anyway because they're loose, but your whole pom-pom can fall apart if the center knot holding everything together is too loose. Trim and mold into what you want it to be. Method I'm going to show you is with a piece of cardboard, and all you need to do is cut a piece of cardboard just like this, just one little piece. The diameter of your pom-pom depends on how wide this part is. So this is going to be about 4 inches in diameter. You just put your yarn through the little gap you cut out just to hold its place there, and then you just wrap your yarn around. Alright, I'm all done wrapping my yarn around here. I just pushed it down. That way, the slit that you cut shows up here and also behind here. So once you're done, you just take a piece of scrap and you put it through the slit you made and also feed it through the other side. There. Okay, and then you just tie it together as tightly as you can without breaking the yarn. I'm also going to feed it back and through the other side and do the same on the back. Once you do that, you should have something that looks similar to this. I'm going to take this original piece and just trim it, and then start cutting on the sides here. And then do the same for the other side. Pull it off of your cardboard. Shake the pom-pom out, and then just trim. And there you have a pom-pom using a piece of cardboard. Good luck making your pom-poms, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks!